This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of great millstone who well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 28, is that I typed in YouTube, Israelites scattered among the Gentiles, and I came across this video here by, I guess he's a professor out of Duke, but it's, the title was popped at me where it says, Duke professor writes about lost tribe of Israel. Now, of course, it's an old video, but, I was watching it, and in the beginning, of course, he's an Amalekite, a so-called Jew, all right? His name is Dr. David B. Goldstein, so you already know then. But, he was going into his pseudoscience, falsely, his false science about DNA and chromosomes. But at the 5-minute and 11th second mark, he starts talking about the lost tribes, and he says some things that we've been saying, all right, through the spirit of power Yahweh Shem Shai, and it just proves that we're at the end, that the truth is now flourishing, all right, and it's now gaining fruit because, hey, you so-called Christians and all the you people that walk the earth, you got to recognize, all right, who the God of Israel's people are, all right? The God of the Bible, all right? And his chosen people, who his people are, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. And you got to recognize that they're walking the earth today. So I'm going to play this, and I'm going to, give him kudos where it needs to be said, where he's saying some truth. And then I'm going to cut him up when he starts spewing out BS. Because, that's the thing about these devils, man. These JJs, they love to mix truth with lies. So Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to stop at certain key points. And like I said, once again, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying for the hopeful elect. Because that's who we're here for, the elect.
The beginnings of the legend of the lost tribe go back to the northern part of the Israelite kingdom. So initially, the kingdom was a single kingdom under King David and King David's son Solomon. And shortly after that, the kingdom was split into a northern part and a southern part.
Which is correct, all right? And I give this Amalekite kudos for that, because that's the truth, okay? The kingdom split after King Solomon died, and then Jeroboam came out of Egypt because he was in hiding, took over the northern kingdom, all right? Kicked out the Levites, all right? You could read that in 2 Chronicles 11 and 14. In fact, I'll get it, all right? And then Rehoboam had became king of the southern kingdom. But I'll get to the part where Jeroboam cast them out. All right, so this is 2 Chronicle. The Levites cast out the Levites. 2 Chronicles 11 and 14. For the Levites left their suburbs and their possessions and came to Judah and Jerusalem. For Jeroboam and his sons had cast them off from executing the priest's office unto the Lord. Right, because when Israel was as a nation, all right, under King Solomon, okay, King David, the Levites were designated for each position in each wherever the tribes were located at. For let me get a map so I can explain better with a map. 12 tribes of Israel map. Okay, we'll just get images, and this is about right. We'll do that. We'll just hold on, Slovakia. Hold on 1 second. Let me go to tools. Let me go to size, large. Get a good size. Okay, and just blow this up. All right. So the Levites were positioned wherever the tribes were located at. Okay, so you had Levites for that will be the mediator for to the Lord. All right, and the people in Manasseh, Asher, Naphtali, Ephraim, so on and so forth. But when Jeroboam came back, when he got out of hiding and he left Egypt, and when he found out King Solomon was dead, he came with a calf and made all Israel, the northern kingdom, go into idolatry, and that's when Jeroboam kicked out the Levites, and then the Levites went back into Judah, okay, and Benjamin, okay, and that's when you had northern and southern kingdom, and that's the truth. So he's correct on that. Okay, let's continue on. Slovakia.
And the northern part was conquered by the Assyrians.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys were nasty, truly nasty. And when they conquered a place, they practiced what's probably the first recorded instance of ethnic cleansing. And so what they did to make...
And that's not true, because didn't the Pharaoh of Egypt put a decree to kill all the firstborns of the Hebrews? Okay, so you forgot about that history. All right, that was a form of ethnic cleansing. Dr. David B. Goldstein. Okay, so you're incorrect on that one. All right.
Or that there wouldn't be subsequent rebellions, they took the leadership of any places that they conquered and distributed them elsewhere. And
that's true. So now I'm going to get to that history. This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 17, and we'll start at the first verse and just read on down. This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 17, verse 1. In the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshea, the son of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years, right? Because at this point, the kingdom was split, northern kingdom and southern kingdom, right? Ahaz was the king of Judah. Hoshea was the king of northern kingdom, all right? Verse 2, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. 3, against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hoshea became his servant and gave him presents. All right, so northern kingdom became tributary to Assyria. Okay. 4, just like you have a lot of these nations that become tributaries to America. Nothing new under the sun. 4, and the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to So, king of Egypt. And then, once again, Jake trying to please everyone under the sun, and then this is what you get, all right? And that's why, this is what's going to happen. And brought no present to the king of Assyria. So he had done year by year, right? So he didn't bring a gift to the king of Assyria, but he bring a gift to the king of Egypt. So naturally, the king of Assyria, what is he going to think? Oh, are they trying to plot against me in my kingdom? Therefore, the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. 5, then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land, went up to Samaria, and besieged it 3 years, meaning he went on a full assault on the northern kingdom. All right? 6, and in the 9th year, he attacked the northern kingdom, all right, and conquered them. And in the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria and placed them in Halah and Habor by the river of Gozan and in the cities of the Medes. 7, for so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their power, Yahweh, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt, from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods. 8. And walked in the statutes of the heathens, same thing our people are doing today, walking in the statutes of the heathens, not returning unto Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, following the ways of the heathens and their statutes and their culture. All right, more specifically, Esau, Edom, the devil the Bible speaks of. All right, whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel and the kings of Israel, which they had made. 9. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord, their power, Yahweh, their God, and they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced cities. 10. And they set them up images and groves in every high hill and under every green tree. And that reminds me of what Jake is doing today. You northern kingdoms, you so-called Hispanics, all right, and Native Americans, all right. Prime example, look at Brazil. There's this big statue of Chezi, all right, in Brazil, man. Okay, huge statue, all right. Nothing new under the sun. You've been doing this, all right, since when you knew you were Israelites, okay. 10. And they set them up images and groves in every hill and under every green tree. 11. And there they burnt incense in all the high places, as did the heathen whom the Lord carried away before them, and wrote wicked things to provoke the Lord to anger. 12. For they served idols, whereof the Lord had said unto them, ye shall not do this thing. Right. So our people, all right, when they knew they were Israel, serving idols, and even up to this very day, still serving idols. Okay. 13. Yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, turn ye from your evil ways and keep my commandments and my statutes according to all the law which I commanded your fathers, and which I sent to you by my servants the prophets. 14. Notwithstanding they would not hear, but hardened their necks, like to the neck of their fathers. They did not believe in the Lord their power. Right? Just like the majority of people don't do to this very day. Okay, that's why they're out there protesting. All right, they're out there screaming at their oppressor to give, have mercy and show love to them. And your oppressor, Esau, don't care about you. 15. And they rejected these statutes and his covenants that he made with their fathers, and his testimonies which he testified against them, and they followed vanity and became vain, and went after heathen that were round about them, concerning whom the Lord had charged them that they should not do like them. Right. Which proves, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the God of the Bible, the God of Israel, is only dealing with his people. All right. He's not dealing with heathens. All right. He's dealing with his people. And he doesn't want our people following the heathen ways. That's why you 2/3, you're going to die a horrible death here in America. 16. And they left all the commandments of the Lord their power, and made them molten images, even 2 calves. They made a grove and worshiped all the hosts of heaven and served Baal. 17. And they caused their sons and daughters to pass through the fire, and used divination and enchantment, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. 18. And here's the point. Therefore the Lord was very angry with Israel, and removed them out of his sight. There was none left by the tribe of Judah only. Right. So the northern kingdom got removed out of their land, okay, and went into the land of the Assyrians, okay. That was mentioned in the 6th verse, okay. And the Lord said this was going to happen if we went off. So let's go to Leviticus 26 and 32. Excuse me. Leviticus 26. And I will bring the land into desolation, and your enemies which dwell therein shall be astonished at it. Right. The Assyrians came into the land and desolated the land of the northern kingdom, kicked them out. 33. And I will scatter you among the heathen, and will draw out a sword after you, and your land shall be desolate, and your cities waste. Right. So it was of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right, that allowed that to happen to us. Okay, the northern kingdom, because we went off. and he used our enemies against us. All right, let's go to another scripture. Same thing. Deuteronomy 28, and I'll start at the 64th verse. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there trembling heart and failing eyes, a sorrow of mind. Right, and that's what happened to us. Okay, we got scattered among the heathens. Okay, they conquered us, and we were serving these other gods. All right. Because we didn't obey our power, all right? We were following the ways of the heathens, following their customs, all right? And the Lord got angry and punished us, and that's what we've been saying, okay? So let's go on. So hey, you were right on that, okay? We got removed out of land. You didn't give the reason why though we got removed, but you were right. According to history, we did get removed. This is a Duke's professor, by the way, okay? He has what you idiots in America called degrees, all right? And he's saying this, okay, out of his own mouth, that this did happen. Continue on.
To reestablish themselves. And they did that with the northern part of the Israelite kingdom, which was called Israel. They did that with the northern kingdom, and all the tribes that had been allotted that portion of the ancient Israelite territory disappeared. And that is what we now think of as the lost tribes, those individuals that then disappeared, because the story in the Bible is told from the perspective of the southern kingdom.
Not just the southern kingdom, the northern kingdom, and we didn't disappear, we're here. But let me get that in Hosea, because Hosea said, all right, and Hosea was an Israelite, I believe, from the tribe of Reuben, okay, but he was an Israelite prophet. So let's go to Hosea chapter 9 and 15. Hosea chapter 9 and 15. Right. So this is Hosea, or in the Hebrew, Hawashai, which means salvation. Okay. He was prophesying against the Israel, saying that they were going to go and be judged by the Lord because of their wickedness. So this is what he said: all their wickedness is in Gilgal, for there I hated them. Right. So the Lord even hated us because we went off. So so the Lord hates when you don't obey. So for all you so-called Christians out there talking about God loves, you don't know the scriptures. All right. He hates too. All right. And he only loves his people. And that's why he put the Spirit on his people. All right. To wake up to the truth of who they are. Right, that's why you have now Nick Cannon on all over the media talking about who the real Jews are. Okay, because it's time for the elect to be awoken. And and by the way, this is a disclaimer. Nick Cannon, all right, he's just being used, all right, for solely for edification, for the elect's sake. Nick Cannon is off. He's sold out. All right, he's done too much wickedness, and he's going to get his judgment. There's no repenting from that guy, okay? And that's why he went back and he said he apologized, all right, for speaking the truth, all right? So, yeah, that's a disclaimer. But the truth is out there to a point. Even celebrities among our nation are talking about the nation of Israel. For the wickedness, so back to the scriptures. For the wickedness of their doings, I will drive them out of my house. Right. What does that mean, the house? All right, out of the land. Okay. I will love them no more. All their princes are revolters. And not just the land. All right. Not even knowing who we are. Okay. Because at one point we lost our identity, but now we got it back. I will love them no more. All their princes are revolters. 16. Ephraim is smitten. Their root is dried up. They shall bear no fruit. Yea, though they bring forth, yet will I slay even the beloved fruit of their womb. And here's the point, 17. My power, Yahweh, will cast them away, because they did not hearken unto him, and they shall be wanderers among the nations. Let's go into that word wanderers. See what that word means. Wanderers among the nations. Retreat, flee, depart, move, wander, abroad, stray, flutter, flee, depart, to flee away, be chased away, to flee away, right? So there you go. We were wanderers. We were chased away from our homeland because we didn't obey the Lord. Okay. So Hosea. So the point is, Hosea did talk about us leaving the house, the land, and being wanderers among the nations. So you're wrong on that part. Not only Southern Kingdom, Northern Kingdom did too. All right, Hosea, which is a very important prophet. All right, to understand what happened to the Northern Kingdom. Let's continue on.
Perspective of the Southern Kingdom, called Judah, these individuals were gone. Now, what happened to them, nobody knows. Some people actually.
And that's a lie. And that's a lie. What happened to them, nobody knows. Really? Okay. So now we're going to go to this article right here, Jewish Encyclopedia. Okay? The unedited full text of the 1906 Jewish Encyclopedia. So this was written in 1906. Okay? So, Duke professor, you need to do more research, okay? Because you're inaccurate with that statement. It says right here. Now this is by Morris Jastrow Jr. and Kaufman Kohler. You know that's an Amalekite who wrote that. Okay, those are Amalekite. That's an Amalekite name, a JJ's name. The name of the land beyond the great river. Okay, so Arzareth, right? So why did I bring this up? I jumped the gun, Slovakia. Arzareth, right? Because in the book of 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter and the 40th verse, all right, it's going to talk about what happened to the 10 tribes, okay? Those that King Salmanasar, all right, that we read in 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, when he took them when he took us out of our land, all right, and it was all done through the Spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai because we went off. He took us out of our land and brought us into the land of the Assyrians. And this is the account. It says 2nd Esdras 13:40. Those are the 10 tribes which are carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasar the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters and so came into another land. Right. The land that was mentioned in 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, the 6th verse. And it goes on and says, right here, all right? Let's go make this bigger. 41. So this is the northern kingdom. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. All right? So obviously everybody knows civilization started in the Eastern Hemisphere. So what is this? What is this talking about? Where never mankind dwelt. 42. That they might dare keep their statues, which they never kept in their own land. Right? Because like it says in 2nd Kings, the 17th chapter, we went off. We were breaking the law, statutes, and commandments. We were following the ways of the heathen. Okay? And so this is northern kingdom say, okay, we're going to follow our statutes, our laws of the Most High in a land where never mankind dwelt. That's what they were saying. But they went off again, okay, because obviously look at the conditions of us today. We weren't, okay, most of our people are still not following the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shemel Shai, which they never kept in their own land. 43. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow palaces of the river. 44. For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. Right. Okay. So the Israelites left out of Euphrates. Okay. And well, let me finish this and then we'll get to a map. 45. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. So it took a year and a half to get to a land where never mankind dwelt. And the same region is called Arzareth. Right. So let's go to a map. Let's go to a map of the globe, the earth. Globe map. All right. Let's go to this, the map. All right. Well, there's Florida, right? That's where I'm at. Okay. So I'm in captivity. So here we are. So it says through the Euphrates. Okay, so let's see where the Euphrates at. All right. So let's get right. Okay. So let's talk about modern day Syria and Iraq, in this region area, okay? Where is the Euphrates? There's the Tigris. There's the Euphrates, okay? So here's the Euphrates. Here's the Euphrates. So they went through the Euphrates, all right, which is now Iraq, and which is, excuse me, not Syria. Syria's up here, but Euphrates goes through Syria, through Iraq, okay? I stand corrected on that one. So they were in modern day Iraq, all right? And then they came through the Euphrates, all right? This is the northern kingdom, okay? Through this area, which is called the Persian Gulf, and they had ships. They were on ships, by the way. They didn't swim, okay? And it took them a year and a half. And then where did they go? They went all around here, around the South Africa, the Horn, and then they started, okay, docking here, and then they started to drop off here throughout all North, Central, and South America. Okay, that's how the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Spanish and Native Americans, got to the New World. Okay, like it says in the Apocrypha, in 2nd Esdras chapter 13, verse 45. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Ars, right? That's in the Bible. Okay, so no, they didn't. So let's get back. Okay, we'll exit out of that. So no, they didn't walk through, okay, this region, and then they went through here, and no, that's lies. That's the lies from Esau, Edom. They went on ships all through here, okay? All through here. And I believe, all right, correct me if I'm wrong, that Joseph was leading the way. In fact, when you go to Deuteronomy 33, I believe it's around Joseph. Let's go to Deuteronomy 33 and 13. And Joseph, he said, blessed of the Lord be this land, for the precious things of heaven, for the dew, and for the deep that couches beneath. 14. And for the precious fruit brought forth by the sun, and for the precious things put forth by the moon. 15. And for the chief things of the ancient mountains, and the precious things of the lasting hills. 16. And for the precious things of earth, the fullness thereof, and for the good will of him that dwelt in the bush. Let the blessing come upon the head of Joseph, and upon the top of the head of him that was separated from his brethren, right? And Joseph got the blessing, and then he gave and then Jacob gave the blessing to Ephraim. Ephraim, that's why a lot of times when you read in the scriptures, Ephraim represents the northern kingdom. 17. His glory is like the firstling of his bullocks, and his horn are like the horns of unicorns. With them he will push the people together to the ends of the earth. And they are 10,000s of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh. Right. So Ephraim, spearheading it, all right, pushed the nation to the ends of earth. And that's why all the northern kingdom, they all came over here to the ends of the earth. What's the end of the earth? The New World. All right. So that's to edify that point. So now let's go to this. Jewish Encyclopedia, Arzareth. The name of the land beyond the great river, far from the habitation of man, all right, in the which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses, until the time of the restoration, according to the 4th book of Esdras, 13th chapter, 45th verse, that I just read. All right, 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, verse 45. Columbus identified America with this land, you see? So he's wrong, all right? We do know, okay? All right, even the elites of Edom does know, and I believe he knows too, but he wants to play stupid, all right? Because that's what these Edomites love to do. They like to play stupid. But there you have it. So Christopher Columbus knew where the tribes were at. That's why he brought a Hebrew interpreter named Luis del Torres. Okay, the elites know. All right, the Rothschild, Rockefeller, DuPonts, they know who we are, right? And now the truth is out, and that's what we're proclaiming to the world. That hey, we know who we are now. Okay, we're not missing. All right, the lost tribes are now found. Tobit 13:3. Confess sin before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he has scattered us among them. Right, and that's what we're confessing, okay, to the world, to you heathens. All right, we are the children of Israel. All right, the Lord scattered us because we went off. All right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, those are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. All right, we were scattered among the Gentiles. There declare his greatness and extol him before all the living, for he is our Lord, and he is the God of our Father forever. And he will scourge us for our iniquities, which he did, to a point that we lost our identity. And he will have mercy again, which he has, because now we gained our identity, and will gather us out of all nations among whom he has scattered us. Right. So we're going to be gathered. And it starts right now spiritually, because now we know who we are. So now the Lord has just got to now come, all right, and gathers us physically, all right, and then we go back to our homeland. So there you have it, okay? All right, the Lord is now showing the world, all right, that his people are here, and that now they're proclaiming that, no, we're not lost, all right? We didn't disappear. We're here, and we're announcing to the world that, yeah, the Lord did punish us, but now he's showing mercy onto us for us remembering ourselves. You know, I'll get that scripture and I'll call out Baruch chapter 2. Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And we are. That's how we know we're at the end. That's why you see what's going on in 2020. You see all the crazy madness, okay? All the prophecy, all the wild stuff that's going on, because the Israelites have remembered themselves through the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And shall know that I am the Lord, their power, right? The power of Israel, the God of Israel. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear. And they shall praise me in the land. Oh, Slakia. Bear with me. For I knew, back to verse 30. Let me read this again. Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves. 31. And shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear. Right. Put the Ezekiel 37. That's the Lord giving us a heart and ears to hear, putting the Spirit on us, all right? Okay, the Rakah, the Spirit of life, that knowing that to remember ourselves, following the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the law, statutes, and commandments, okay? Remembering our heritage, remembering our culture. 32. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, which we do. We sing, all right? We praise the Lord as much as possible. And think upon my name, right? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Think upon my name. Okay? Yahweh, he is, he exists. Yahweh Shai, he saves, he delivers his people. Okay? So Nathaniel, Bishop Nathaniel, what are you talking about, man? We got to know that name. To think upon my name. You know, that's very important. That's part of remembering yourselves. Remembering ourselves. 33. And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord. And we have. Okay? And I will bring them again into a land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Where does it say all these other heathens? It doesn't. So clearly, all right, in the New Testament, it talks about Gentiles, it's talking about the Israelite foreigners, those that, okay, that's for another topic, but the Israelite foreigners that didn't know that they were Israelites. They were thinking that they were these other nations, but now they're remembering themselves, okay? Now we're remembering ourselves. We all remembering ourselves. That's why you got, brothers is doing videos, a so-called Filipino, but he's breaking down the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right? Hey, Israel's remembering themselves, okay? Breaking down the name, okay? Going into the Lashon Kadash, the Holy Tongue, the Hebrew. And they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. And that's what we're coming to. The Lord is going to deliver us out of our captivity, put us in our homeland, and we'll never be taken out again. Because, hey, the Lord's going to be our inward parts, and we're going to be ruling. And that's the gospel. That's good tidings. That's the good news, man. So, Lord willing, is edifying. I just want to bring this out. Hey, you even got professors going into the history of saying, yeah, that the tribes, they got taken out of the land. And, of course, he went off because, more likely, I believe he's just, he's got to be a demon, deceiver, and lie to hide this truth. But, hey, the truth is now flourishing, okay? The truth can't be hidden anymore, okay? Everything is being revealed because we're living in the last days. So with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Mukak Radash. Double honors to the apostles of great millstone, who well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth of sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai's sake. Lord willing, this lesson edifying. Keep pushing, keep finding the true, sincere Akim in this faith. And the Akwaf, the sisters, the few sisters that are watching and studying, keep studying, keep watching. We're almost out of here. Shalom and a Baba Ball. Shalom.